What is good YouTube? Fernando here and I'm back with another video. So today I want to talk to you guys about the 3 best dad shoes. Now I know that dad shoes and just dad style as a whole has had a huge push, especially in the past few months. But as far as dad shoes, I think that the biggest dad shoes are the Raf Simons Oswego, of course, the Yeezy Wave Runner, the Tom Sachs with Nike, the Balenciaga Triple S sneaker, Skechers, with a few other general releases mixed in. Now I personally only like 3 of these. These are 3 dad style sneakers that I could see myself styling.
Shot that boy so many times he caught on fire.
So to start off, I want to talk about the Balenciaga Triple S sneaker. Now the Triple S sneaker did have a huge resale since it dropped, but I've seen the prices slowly drop on Grailed. I think I saw the cheapest one right around $900. Now when they dropped, I saw pairs going for like $1,600. Now I also do think that the price will continue to drop just as more pairs become more used. I could see some pairs going for sale around $600 in like a month or 2. But the reason I personally like this sneaker, it's super chunky. Now I do and do not like some aspects of the sneaker. The things that I do like about the sneakers, they're super complex. There's a lot of variance in materials. A lot of the shoes have different shades on them, reminiscent of a typical dad sneaker. Now I know it's specific, the gray Balenciaga shoe had a very similar colorway to the Skechers. Now, whether they took inspiration from that or not, I'm not too sure. But another thing that I saw similar to the Balenciaga that I saw in the Skechers is actually the lacing system that they chose. Now, the lacing system on the Balenciaga is just a bit more narrow compared to Skechers, but I could totally see them pulling that from a Skechers. And another point to talk about is the huge sole on the sneaker. Now, the sole on the Balenciaga is what I believe really weighs down the sneaker. This sole kind of reminded me of a Prada sneaker that released a while back, but I do see a bit of a similarity between the soles. When I saw those in hand, I kind of noticed that the actual sole of the shoe itself was much larger than the actual shoe. It kind of made the shoe itself seem like 2 sizes bigger than it actually was. Now when I did see the Balenciaga sneaker in hand, I also noticed a similar thing. Both shoes are super heavy because of the sole. And that's something I didn't really like personally. That's the one thing that would hold me back from purchasing the sneaker. I don't know how comfortable that would be to wear such a huge and heavy sneaker. That is really the only thing that I don't like. I really do like the silhouette of the sneaker. I think it looks really good. I like the mix of materials, and I think overall just a really interesting sneaker to look at. Something that stands out on its own while at the same time with the muted colors. That's a shoe that I could definitely see myself wearing super often if I did own it.
Every city leave I lean on.
Okay, so next up I want to talk about the Nike and Tom Sachs sneaker. Now this sneaker did re-release this summer and a few of my friends did pick them up, but I personally did not. So I actually have mixed feelings on this sneaker, but I do think I could see myself wearing it. I'm just not sure if I would buy it. So a few of the things that I do like about this sneaker is that it is a bulkier dad looking shoe, but it isn't as bulky and heavy as the Balenciaga. That just kind of makes the shoe a bit more wearable to me. Now the colors they chose, kind of like that off-white beige color with a bit of a tan and the red swoosh. I think all of those colors work super well together. Now those are just some colors I could see working super well with my personal style. And I do also like how they incorporated different materials on the shoe. I think when making kind of like a dad style sneaker, picking out different materials that contrast and complement each other super well is super difficult to do. Now the one thing I don't like about the shoe is that the actual silhouette looks a bit flat and wide to me. I kind of wish that the actual sneaker was a bit higher. Similar to the Balenciaga, I just think that the overall silhouette is not really for me. But I do think with the right outfit, you could pull it off super well. Now for the last sneaker, I want to talk about the Skechers Stamina. So now this is actually the cheapest shoe on the list, retailing at around $60. Now I believe you can actually find some pairs on eBay for right around $30. This shoe is super similar to say an Oswego, Balenciaga Triple S. A lot of these dad shoes are really inspired by Skechers. Now a few things that I do like about the Skechers Stamina is first off the actual silhouette. I really like the bulkiness of the sneaker. I think that the midsole size really complements the actual body of the sneaker. I believe that this Skechers really influenced the Balenciaga Triple S sneaker because every colorway of Skechers that I've seen, they have different shades of the main color, such as the gray one. I believe that the gray one looks super similar to the Balenciaga. Now I know they're not really the same, but I do think it kind of influenced the making of that shoe. And another thing that I like about these is that I feel like they'd be a little bit easier to style than the Balenciaga because the actual shoe itself, while it is a bulkier sneaker, I don't think the midsole really overpowers the actual shoe itself. I do think it's a bit more proportional than a Balenciaga. and I think more people could try this out. And with the affordable retail price, I think if you're considering to try out a more expensive or designer dash sneaker, I think trying out a cheaper model like the Skechers or any other general release that you think would go more with your style, I think it's something that you should consider. Now, I personally picked up some New Balances to try out the whole dad shoe look to see if it's something that could work with my style before I really pull the trigger on a more expensive pair. So if you guys want to see a how to style video from me, definitely let me know. It's definitely gonna be a bit of a challenge for me. It's a bit out of my comfort zone, but it's definitely exciting to try out new stuff. That's really it for the 3 sneakers. Now I want to know your guys' opinion. Is this all just a phase? Do you like dad shoes? How do you feel about the label calling them all dad shoes? I know it's a bit cringe to call it that, but that is the easiest way to generalize the style of shoe. But anyway, I'm excited to hear you guys' opinion on this. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
I got billions on me. Ain't got no more wristbands, but I got billions on me. I'm in love with my clan, but I take their names on me. You can't trick me like I got the answers tatted on me.